I do have something very special for the audience. I have an exclusive interview with someone who says they're an insider, who thinks they know more about this story than anyone else. Hudsman, shall we go to that?
I want to hear. I want to hear. This is an interesting one. I really want to hear what this guy had to say.
All right, here we go. His name is Chad Alpha Chad Lee. I don't know where the alpha comes from, but I guess he's an alpha. Let's see. So, Alpha Chad Lee, please tell us, what do you know about this tweet? Why did he make it?
He's trying to get traffic to his brand in order to push his products. More particularly, because once he made this tweet, right below, he's adding in his player's handbook, one of his products. Yes. You see, that's one of the reasons that Rollo is doing this. And it's not just him. A lot of people are doing this. They make something provocative, making something crazy. Like, let's say Little Pump. Remember, he said, I hate No Jumper. Right when he was pushing his project, right? Everybody knows you did a little bit of controversy. So you have something to coincide a little bit of a product. So we ain't saying that Rollo is clout chasing, but Rollo is clout chasing.
Wait a minute. You're saying that he's not clout chasing, but then you just said he is clout chasing. Are you doing one of those rink things, you know? Like he's clout chasing? How do you feel about that?
I ain't hating on it because that's part of the game of being a content creator, right? You got to do what it takes to put food on the table. That's how you get your money, because I get it. I believe Rollo Tomasi lives in Las Vegas, and Vegas is getting a bit more expensive. It ain't as cheap as it used to be. A lot of newcomers with money are moving into the city, and when that happens, the prices go all the way up, right? People who don't like the area they're currently living in, they're saying, hey, Vegas might be a good spot for me, right? The city of Vegas, they're trying to be more than just a gambling, a party town. They're trying to be a little bit more than that, and those efforts is going to cause people with money to move in. And Rollo saying, man, when I moved into Vegas, it was a bit cheap and affordable. Now the rent's getting too expensive. The places I used to chill at, I got to pay triple, maybe even quadruple the price what I used to do. So let me do a little bit of a clout chasing controversy to maybe get some traction so I can hopefully get my money and my sales up. And I ain't hating on that, right? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Maybe that's something in Rollo's book, The Player's Handbook.
I see what you did right there. The Player's Handbook. It's part of the game. You try to do the play on words thing. I see you, Alpha Chadley. You smart. Y'all Asians are smart. I see that. You super smart. So, what else do you think is the reason why Rollo did the tweet?
The Access Vegas podcast.
What about it?
I'll be honest, it's a little bit boring, man.
What do you mean it's boring? You have two intelligent men with Rollo Tomasi and Mike Sartain surrounded by the most gorgeous women in Vegas. And that's boring? Young man, I don't know what you like to watch. Tell me, why do you find it so boring?
I want to see action. I want to see people getting kicked out. I want to hear raunchy talk.
Oh my gosh.
Fresh and Fit all the way from the East Coast down to Vegas and basically took over the podcast. And when they kicked that 304 out, that was a highlight. So in fact, that was like when somebody throws.
Pause, just hold a second. Have you had a girlfriend once in your life? Ever? Huh?
Was a football, and then the wide receiver catches the football and makes a touchdown. Kicking out that 304 was a touchdown moment, especially when they say one's in the chat to keep. One's in the chat to keep, or two to kick out. I'm pressing that two as much as possible, or maybe it's one to kick out, two to keep. If that's the case, I'm pressing one as much as possible.
Alpha, are you an incel?
To the point, I might need a new keyboard, right? I want action. I want actual things that are happening. I want to hear intellectual talk. I want to hear things that are crazy at a non-intellectual level. And the other host, I think his name is Michael. Yo, this guy is probably, he reminds me of a strip club manager. He's probably the dude.
Did you just try to say Michael Sartain is a strip club manager? Like, you know this for a fact? Please tell me more.
The women who invite to the show know Michael somehow. Maybe they work for him. That's why it's really hard for Michael to really press them, because he needs the people he invites on the show for his other work. He probably owns the strip club to the point where it's like, hey, these chicks, they work for me at the strip club. How about you work for me in this podcast format? That's why he needs these people, right? Really? Those people that are on the show are more valuable to him as a good relationship measure, not as someone once they kick out, they don't want to work with this guy anymore. So I'll be honest, man. I don't want to see intellectual talk. I need more raunchy talk, more fights. Rolo ain't really off the mark.
What do you mean by that, Alpha Chad? What are you trying to say?
When he had that vasectomy line, or I guess that line is now cut, pause. It's kind of like the song, I don't know, by Kanye West. You just got to be provocative in order to get your message out. When you're boring, when you're intellectual, when you're just bullet point, nobody listens. But when you're provocative, people come and listen.
Alpha Chat, thank you very much for all the very interesting information that you provided. Even the personal information you could have left out. But thank you for coming on. We appreciate you.
I'll see y'all next time.
Toodles. Bye now.